welcome back to Sunday School. I think some of you have probably been on spring break. I hope that you got out and you had some fun with your families and maybe you got to explore some of God's creation. I know that my family got to do that a little bit, and we are just so lucky to live in such a beautiful place, aren't we? This week, our lesson is all about doubting Thomas. Now, have you ever had someone tell you something and you didn't quite believe them? This week, I have been thinking about this story a lot and about how I doubt things sometimes. So first, I was hoping maybe I could read the story from the Spark Story Bible, and then I could talk to you a little bit and see what you think. Is that okay? We are reading the story of doubting Thomas, which comes from the book of John, and here it is in our beautiful story Bible. The disciples were hiding in a house the night that Jesus rose from the dead. They were afraid. Bam! They locked all the doors. Jesus came and stood by them. "Peace be with you," he said. The disciples looked up in surprise. Jesus showed him his hands and his side so that they would know it was him. The disciples were very happy. Show us how you can be very happy. Right? Again, Jesus said to them, "Peace be with you. God has sent me to you. Now it is your turn to go tell the rest of the world about me." Jesus breathed on them in a very special way. He said, "With this breath, I will always be in your hearts. Even when I am in heaven, you now have the power to do the things I've asked you to do." Thomas was the only disciple not there that night. When he got back, the others excitedly told him about Jesus' visit. So Jesus died on the cross and he rose again in how many days? 3. And now, before he returns to heaven, he's got a little more work to do. "I don't believe you," Thomas said. "I'll believe when I can touch Jesus' wounds." A week later, Thomas and the other disciples were in the same house. Jesus came again and stood with them. "Peace be with you," he said to them. "Thomas," Jesus commanded, "come here. Give me your hands. Put your finger on the wounds in my hand. Put your hand by the wound in my side. Do not doubt any more. It's time for you to believe." Thomas's eyes popped. "My Lord and my God," he exclaimed. Jesus answered him, "You believe because I am here with you, and you've seen me. Think of those who have not seen me, but believe in me anyway. You should believe even when you cannot see it for yourself." Wow. Pretty cool story, right? So Thomas kind of doubted that it was really Jesus, right? He didn't believe that Jesus had come to life, right? And was in that locked room with those disciples. Pretty crazy, right? So I was thinking of things that we believe in, but we don't always see. Can you think of something that you know is there, but you can't see it? I was thinking about that this week. We've had a lot of wind, really good days for flying kites, right? But can you see the wind? Not really, right? You can see the trees sway and leaves fly around and even a kite fly, but can you actually see the wind? And we know it's there, right? So this is just like that, right? So all week I've been thinking about what it would be like to be Thomas. And in our house, we had a birthday. And as my daughter opened her birthday presents, I thought about Thomas. She ripped open her packages, and when she did, she said, "Oh, really? No way! You remembered! You really got me this?" She didn't believe that we would actually get her what she asked for, or that we paid attention to something she pointed out when we were out and about one day. So she was so excited. And so I think about Thomas in this story, and I can't help but think of him as a kid opening his birthday presents, and how, of course, they all wanted Jesus to be alive, right? So when he heard that he was there, I bet he was pretty excited and shocked and couldn't believe it, right? So it's very important sometimes for us to just enjoy and celebrate when something is actually there. And even if we can't see it, right? So I was thinking that you could play a little game in your house. We like to do this in our house too, so maybe you'll have fun with it. But pick one person to go and pick out a few different little items, things that you play with a lot or that you use a lot in your house, and have the rest of the family close their eyes and touch the object, okay? And then you want to see if they can figure out what that object is just by touching it, right? So sometimes my girls will give me one of their favorite toys and they'll say, "Mom, which toy is it?" And I have to feel it and see if it's squishy or if it's hard or if it's soft, if it's furry. And I have to try and figure out what toy it is. But sometimes it's really exciting to try and figure out what's there when you can't see it. So I was hoping that you could have a little bit of fun with your families. Make sure you memorize the memory verse that you're going to see at the end of the video. And next week, we're going to see you on Zoom as we celebrate Earth Day. I have an awesome planting surprise. You had awesome supplies delivered to your doorstep, and we are going to just have a little bit of old-fashioned, muddy fun. So we're looking forward to seeing you, and I'm hoping that you could join me in a little prayer. Is that okay? All right, here we go. Dear God, watch over us as we doubt things. Sometimes we doubt ourselves, the future, other people. Just help us to see your good works in the world and know that you're always there and that we believe in you and we love you. In your name we pray. Amen. All right, take care. I'll see you on Zoom.